right, everybody, we are live talking about a tornado warning. Let me just getting a couple settings here. Apologies for the delay. Toast, toast, toast. All right, cool. Jared Smith here with the Carolina Weather Group. We have a tornado warning for Newberry County in South Carolina. So here's your storm right there. There's your tornado warning outline there. You can see the flashing red box, and here's your storm, and we'll go to the we'll go to the velocity view and see what we can find here. And yeah, there still seems to be a somewhat weak rotation showing up here on radar right now. And again, I apologize, just trying to get some things straightened out here. But yeah, there's your rotation right here around Newberry right now. And it is this is moving, let's see here, this is moving northeast at 44. So let's put a track on this, let you all know where this is going to go. We have a new scan coming in right now. Let's do nope, cancel that. Let's do, we have all right, so we are getting a new scan in right now. That rotation is not nearly looking as good as it was. But again, if we're looking at about 30 miles an hour to the northeast or so, yeah, this is going to stay. It's going to kind of run up some of the state routes here. Let me start labeling some roads for you. And where did you go? And there you are, sort of. Not really. There it is. All right, cool. So yeah, so let's label some roads here that this is going to impact here. So State Highway 34, and we'll label that. It's crossing Highway 17, might be crossing Highway 176 here in the next few minutes. So we've got an update that the tornado sirens have gone off in Newberry, so that is good. Zoom out a little bit, Highway 34. Let's see what other, so those are counties here. Maybe at some point it might get to State Highway 215, hard to say. But again, this is moving along quite nicely, actually, to the northeast. So again, if we are rotating, it's going to be right in here. And again, I'm not so sure that we're getting as much there. Let's go to the storm relative velocity here. Let's take some of the forward motion off, and yeah, you can see this. It's not great, which is good. We like not great. We're a big fan of not great here. But again, this is a radar indicated tornado warning. So again, this is not one of those where it's imminently down, but still we need to treat it that way. Let's take a look at the correlation coefficient. I'm not really seeing much that stands out to me. And again, this storm seems to be weakening fairly quickly, which is good news. Getting a new update on the on this as we speak. And yeah, not too much to write home about there. Go back to the reflectivity. Yeah, there really is not a whole lot here. If there is anything spinning, it's going to probably be right. If there's going to be anything that's going to be a problem, it's going to be right through here. But I don't see any signs of any trouble there. So that's good news. Certainly, getting an updated velocity scan here. Yeah, it looks like the rotation that was there is starting to come apart a little bit. Looks like it's starting to wind down somewhat. Let's tilt up in the storm. Let's see what we can see. And again, tilting up, really not seeing. We like to see that close red and green together, and we're just not seeing that right now. So that is good news. Let me do. Let me see here. Yeah, so that's just blinking. That's blinking away. Storm relative velocity is looking relatively quiet. We may be able to get rid of this warning early, I hope. Obviously, the Weather Service is going to hang on to this for a couple more scans, see what it does. Again, if it's Highway 176, you want to be in a safe place for the moment here. It looks like it's going to, and again, it looks like it's going to go. Um, it Highway 34 is probably going to be okay. And then maybe at some point Highway 215, but again, if you're anywhere near these major roads, I'd be keeping an eye on that. But right now, the question is, is there a tornado? And right now, I think the answer is no. We just don't see any sign of that here. There may have been something briefly. This was rotating pretty nicely at one point for a short time, as they want to do. Um, in this time with these kinds of quick spin ups. This is not exactly a rock star environment for severe weather today, but there was a marginal risk. And as we know how marginal risks can do, they can sometimes cause issues for us here in the in the southeast. So again, we have the tornado warning here. This goes until 9 o'clock. May be allowed to expire sooner. We hope. Let's hope. I'd be all about that. Getting a new scan in on the radar right now. That'll give us kind of the latest information there. Still a hint of rotation crossing Highway 176 right now, but I'm really not too enthused about it, I think is the word. I don't think it's anything that's terribly out of bounds. And again, there's a updated reflectivity scan that we're just now getting in, and we'll zoom in on that. And yeah, and again, you can see it's really not too much to write home about. There really is not a lot there that we need to be that would kind of set the alarm off for us, so to speak, as far as imminent tornado danger, which is good news. Again, I think we're all about that here, and we don't want to. We would rather not deal with that tonight. That is for sure. A lot of us, I certainly, as you can see by my frantic, just working on things. Clearly, I didn't expect to be here, so there you go. But we'll transition that a little bit, and again, looking at looking at the radar right now, really not a lot to write home about at this point. Go to the analyst here, and this is the high resolution radar, and here's a 4-panel view of what we're looking at. And yeah, this looks like there might be. Actually, the 4-panel view is actually kind of terrible when my head is in the corner here. Go to here's the rotation product here. It looks like there's something trying to spin back up over 176. So I'm going to keep an eye on that. Obviously, that'll be something that we'll want to be very careful of here over the next little bit. See if that tries to potentially come back together. So we'll have to watch that closely. All right. And then so again, let's go back to the life scan view. And this is not really showing us much. And again, if there is something here, and we'll take a look at the velocity to kind of peek at that, and you can see there's that little bit of rotation that the analyst was picking up around 176. Take a look at the gate-to-gate shear on it. Yeah, you can see a little bit there, a little bit of gate-to-gate shear. Again, not exactly the most prominent signature you'll ever see. The azimuthal shear product is not exactly too excited about it, although there is certainly certainly some twisting of the wind here that is happening right now. So again, if you are in this warning, you have a few minutes, get to that interior room, lowest floor, just hang out for a few more minutes. I think you're going to be okay. I have a new sweep coming in now with the wind shear product, and don't know why it did that, but that's kind of weird. Hopefully that will get straightened out here in a second. Yep, there goes. So a little bit of an uptick in that wind shear now, north of 176. So let me go back to reflectivity, and yeah, this might be trying to reform actually. Let's yeah, this might be trying to get back to health. And again, if there's anything in this thing, if there's going to be any issues, it's going to be right in here, right in here. When we probe this, we have 33, and let me let me do the storm relative velocity here. Yeah, really not much. Maybe 30 knots of shear here, maybe. But you can see that little bit of twist here that is trying to get together. So, so again, we have a tornado warning here until 9 o'clock. This is this is going to head towards. Again, we're now. If you're in the town of Newberry, I think you're good. So, so in the so in the town of Newberry, you are all right. It looks like you are okay. What I want to do is, yeah. So this is still in effect for Newberry County, kind of along and northeast of 26 for the next 6 minutes or so. So there it is. There's your spin, there's your rotation, right there, and it is yeah, it's it's spinning and rotating, and possibly a little bit, but it's not really. It doesn't look like it's making it to the ground. That's been something that I've been noticing today with some of these. I've been keeping an eye on this a little bit during the day, and you kind of have to go kind of high up, and even then, I'm not really seeing much when I tilt up either, as far as the rotational stuff. As far as the spin in the atmosphere, again, it's very weak at this point, if there is anything, and we're going to get a new sweep here in a second here at the higher levels, just to see what this is doing basically up there in the upper levels. See if there's anything trying to twist up there, and we're really not seeing too many signs of that, which is good news. We like that. That is excellent news, and we're getting some updates issues here. There. All right, so there's an updated scan now, and scan complete. We'll do storm relative velocity, zooming in, and again, if there's anything there, it's going to be in northeast Newberry County. This is now crossed Highway 176, and this is eventually going to clip. This is going to clip parts of Fairfield County too. So let's yeah. So it's going to clip a little bit of Fairfield County too, to the town of Shelton, which zoom in there. It looks like it's not showing up on this particular map, but we'll have to. But the town of Shelton, right on the corner there. You're going to want to be in a safe place for the next, for the next few minutes. Again, we'll see what happens if the Weather Service in Columbia decides to go with the to keep the tornado warning going. That's always a question, and it looks like, and it looks like that they're going to let this go, which is good news. And we'll we'll pop up on that, and yeah, I think that this is going to be. Yeah, I think at this point we're going to start to see this kind of should see this go, but the rotate. I mean, but looking at some of the other radar products that we have, and again, we've got a lot of different radar data that we're looking at. It may try to spin. It's almost like it's transient. But again, if you're in the town of Newberry, you are fine at this point. This storm has lifted north, no indication from the Weather Service in Colombia that this is going to continue, which is good news. And so we'll take, we'll take whatever win we can get here. It does have a nice little hook echo though. That is a nice little hook echo. So let me see, northeast at 44. So again, extrapolating that out, zoom out a little bit more. Yeah, really not. Let me click out of the tornado warning. So Chester, Richburg probably will not be rotating when it makes it to Rock Hill. That's just the speed that they have this moving at. But town of Chester at 9:31, again, it's very unlikely that this will be spinning at that point. There's no indication that the warning is going to be extended upstream, which is good news. So really not a lot to write home about here, which is good there. But again, if you're in the town of Shelton, that is Shelton, Blackstock, Cornwall, Chester, in Chester County. That might be something that we'll want to keep an eye on. This is trying to get its mojo back a little bit. It wants to get back going, and it's showing signs of attempting to reorganize here a little bit. We look at some of the other data that we have, and the looking at some of the normalized rotation product. And again, we can go over to the let's go over to the high resolution analyst here, and again, there's your area of circulation. There's the town of Shelton right there. And again, this is all this is all going to move northeast very rapidly. There's that hook echo showing up on the high resolution radar here, and don't have anything yet to indicate that anything publicly facing that indicate that this tornado is ending until right about now. So we are at 9 o'clock now. The warning is off the board. So it's possible that they may do a special weather statement or something down the line, but I don't think this is going to continue. So the tornado danger for the moment is over. Really shouldn't pop back up too much. Again, we're getting to the point where the instability is beginning to wane, and we're kind of calming down a little bit. So let's just take a quick look at the just the overall view of the Carolinas here, and we'll go back to the live scan radar. Set this guy in motion here, and you can see we're going to have some showers and storms moving in throughout the night. Your cold front is back there by Gadsden, and moving into looks like it's moving now into Georgia. This cold front is going to shut off the severe. It's going to shut off the severe threat, but two, it's going to shut off this unseasonable warmth that we've had over the last few days. And you can see these cells, continuing to move northeast. Maybe a little bit of rain trying to start to sneak in a little bit further south, but really not too bad overall. Take a kind of further zoomed out view, and you can see there's your storm system by Cape Girardeau, and swinging that cold front through like so. And that's put the infrared satellite on and to show you just a giant meteorological mess right now out there. But the good news is that all the tornado warnings are off the board. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and tap out for now. And hopefully we will not be, hopefully we're good for tonight on tornadoes. I was hoping that we would get through today without one, but you can never really count it out on a marginal risk day. But for the rest of the Carolina Weather Group, I'm Jared Smith. Thank you for watching, and we will talk to you all real soon. Check in with us on Wednesday night for our latest episode. And hopefully we don't talk to you again tonight, because if we do, probably not great. Honestly, not great if we're around tonight. So everybody take care. Have a good